This week, we're covering Faith Connors, aka a Hood Gold Medal Olympian and escaping the police. On this week's What Really Happened, we're covering Mirror's Edge. Mirror's Edge was released on November 11th, 2008 for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. The game was published by EA and developed by DICE. Yes, the same DICE that seemed to forget how to make a Battlefield game. That DICE. The story follows Faith Connors, a runner trying to save her sister from being falsely imprisoned for a crime she didn't commit. Alright, that's enough backstory. Let's get into the game. Run it! The game starts off with a quick narration by the main character, Faith. She goes over how the city has changed, transforming from an active and free, albeit dangerous city, to a city that is always under watch, Big Brother government style. She goes on to explain that it started slow, a camera here, a camera there. Most people didn't care, or just accepted it, while the ones who didn't became criminalized. Those people are the claims of the runners, i.e. people like Faith, people that work in between the gloss and the reality, aka the Mirror's Edge. Faith then goes to train with Celeste, since she is returning to being a runner since she was injured. After training, Cel is given a job by Drake, and Faith starts her first job back. Hey, remember Cel and Drake? They're a major key to the entire game. Oh, and also title section, because it really isn't a card, so I don't know what to call it. It's like it's part of the actual game, so I don't know what to call it. With this, Faith.
You're a dummy, bitch! You will never know.
Yeah, this sums up my entire experience of Mirror's Edge. Matter of fact, here's a little montage of me failing, at least in my first hour.
Get something on the wire. Shit. I think those crews won't come down here.
Faith is able to get the package to Cel, but is then forced to escape from the police, noting that the police was using more force than needed. This causes her to return to Merc's lair. Listening to the police chatter, Faith takes note of an officer going to do a further investigation of a break-in, since the officer is her sister.
Shots fired. Repeat, shots fired. All units proceed to 56 West Arlen Drive immediately. Proceed with caution.
Kate! Where are you? Kate, where are you?
Hey,
Merc,
you off?
just get on comms and track me.
She goes to the location and breaks in, finding a dead body, her sister, and her sister's gun, which has been fired already. Dead-ass body. But anyways, Kate goes on to explain that the body is of Robert Pope, a friend of their deceased parents. Pope was running for mayor and wanted to talk to Kate, but Kate got hit with the Cosby treatment and her gun was used as a murder weapon. Obviously, it was a setup, so as a good sister, Faith decides to help, grabbing a scrap of paper off the desk, but first, She has to escape from the SWAT team. She manages to escape and go back to later, meeting up with Merc and Sol, who had came back right after Faith.
So why all the heat?
Our girl's been lifting evidence from a crime scene. Now every cop in the city seems to be after her.
That the evidence you lifted?
Yeah, I think it's from a diary. Rest of it was gone. All I can make out are Icarus, maybe, and to the highest.
Icarus. Wasn't he the Greek guy?
Yeah, his dad made him some wings out of feathers and wax. Then the boy flew too close to the sun. And psst, no more wings, no more Icarus. If anyone's heard...
Cool visual and everything, but I highly doubt a helicopter would actually be engulfed like that in the sun.
But he's got contacts.
I know, hella small nitpick, I'm sorry. Faith then sent to go speak to Jackknife, a former runner. Also, a nosy ass nigga. But before she can get to him, she is found by the police and has to escape them. Yeah, she ends up traversing the sewers. I just like this portion of the game. Yeah, this is the combat section of the game. Bare bones, hand-to-hand combat, and sucky shooting. Faith manages to evade the cops and finds Jackknife, which she chases. Jackknife points Faith in the direction of Pope's ex-head officer, security officer, Ropeburn, a former wrestler. But before then, Faith goes and meets up with her sister superior, Miller, the White Shadow, or an albino. Simply put, the meeting was to make sure that both of them are working together to get to the truth. Afterwards, Faith goes and breaks into Ropeburn's building. Faith then ear hustles Ropeburn's conversation. In so many words, he basically admits to having Kate framed and mentioning that Project Icarus is still on track. He then finishes off with a location and a time for a meetup. With this, Faith escapes, meeting up with the White Shadow yet again, but this time the meeting doesn't go as smooth as the last time.
I don't want Kate to go down for this either, but we've got private firms muscling in on our districts. Bolstering city security, they call it. They're breathing down our necks, waiting for us to slip up. The only way they might go easy on us and easy on Kate is if I give them...
Me.
Yes.
Two guns, bitch!
All I care about...
The pair goes their separate ways, and Faith goes to the meeting of Ropeburn and his unknown consort. Sneaking to the rooftop, Faith is caught by Ropeburn and boss fight. This shit was lame. While dangling off the roof like Tupac and Juice, Ropeburn admits to hiring a professional to kill Pope, that he was meeting with the gunman the following day. Before Faith could pull Ropeburn up, he gets murked.
Pull me up and I'll tell you. Watch him, Faith.
Fast forwarding to after playing Subway Surfer, Faith meets up with Sol and they both leave. Wow, Sol just having to have a job in the close proximity of where Faith was? Interesting. Skipping to the morning of the next day, Sol and Faith sit together and talk. Sol asking Faith why she's going so hard in her investigation. I sense a flashback. Hey, cue the sad music. Oh, and don't forget to swing. Faith explains that their parents were essentially activists, you know, doing protests, lobbying the mayor, marches, stuff like that. And they took Faith and Kate along. But these times came to a sudden stop when their mom is killed during a riot. Damn, she got taken out like... This leads to the rest of the family breaking up. And this was to lead to Faith leaving home. Merc meets Faith a little after this. With this, Sol parts way with Faith, who then proceeds to set off to meet Ropeburn and hide her gun. It doesn't go as planned, so Faith is forced to plan B, going to see Drake, but it really doesn't lead anywhere.
Try not to get yourself killed.
Merc, you can stop pretending not to listen now.
What's up?
Can you do a search on Pirandello Kruger Security?
On it.
Why do you ask?
Been seeing their name around. In Ropeburn's
His office and somewhere else.
distinctive logo. Getting anything?
Just what you'd expect. Alarms, fencing, armored cars, private security. Oh, and they secure our world, apparently.
Where are they based?
A few offices around town. Just got a new place down near the docks.
Get me some coordinates.
I'm gonna go check it out.
With this, Faith goes over to the docks. Breaking in, Faith finds an underground bunker. She does some further snooping and discovers that the place is actually a training ground. Turns out Project Icarus is actually the security company answer to dealing with the runners. They're training some of their security to be able to chase and capture the runners. Immediately after learning of their plans, the plan then goes into effect, which results in Faith having to escape from the chasers. I'm calling these type of enemies chasers, cause runners, and the unit's meant to like catch them, but they can only catch them if they chase them. Yeah, this won't really come up. This enemy type won't come up again. It's just one time thing. Yo, this nigga just landed backwards. Oh, they different. Before leaving, Faith finds footage of the person that was hired to kill Pope, and who killed Roburn. She didn't notice that the footage is from the docks, but more specifically, the ship, which she hits to next. Faith manages to sneak onto the boat and arrive at the deck, which she throws hands with the killer. If I'm gonna be honest, like totally honest, this fight was fucking ass. The killer then starts to run, but Faith manages to catch him, and finally drops him. But in a twist only M. Night Shyamalan could create, the killer turns out to be Cell.
Cell?
I tried to warn you off. I'm sorry. You've got to learn to let go, Faith. You remember? Like you did with your family. The runners are screwed. Icarus is just the start. And I want to live, Faith, not just survive.
Why Pope?
His campaign was getting unexpected support, but he got stupid. Started making threats to the wrong people. High-up people.
He found out about Icarus, so they had you kill him.
Him or me. Sorry about Kate. Didn't know she was your sis.
With this, Merc informs Faith that her sister has been found guilty. With this news, Faith turns her attention to breaking her sister out, which she does by sniping out the convoy truck holding Kate. She reaches her sister and gives Kate her comlink so that Merc could assist Kate, while Faith leaves the cops away, which she does, but when she goes back to Merc's lair, she knows things went south due to the lair being already attacked. She finds an injured Merc who tells Faith that Kate was taken to a place called Shard, which is a mayor's place. Before Faith could even get some help from Merc, he dies due to the injuries he had received. Hey, play the music.
This breakdown. Really miss my nigga. White people, I really miss my wigger. This song is about equality. I really miss my nigga. Let's sing it together.
With no time to grieve or reflect, Faith goes to the Shard to rescue her sister. She fights her way up the building until she is stopped but ultimately slayed by the White Shadow. He explains that everything that Faith has said was true, and the reason why they chose Kate was that the private security, PK, wanted it to look like a local cop was the killer. With this, Faith continues fighting, only stopping to destroy the servers to gain emergency access to the roof. Arriving, Faith gets into the standoff with Jackknife.
Who's behind this?
Let's just say I know who the bigger fish are.
Callahan. Why us? We're no threat.
Classic warfare. Break the lines of communication. Shoot the messengers. Without hope. And without the runners. Your clients. Those who just won't let go of the old city will be cut off. Vulnerable. And this city can clean up the last of its dregs.
With no other options, Faith jumps for the helicopters, taking out Jackknife and saving Kate. The game ends with Faith and Kate, who are now both wanted criminals, having taken out the surveillance cameras and system, standing with each other, watching the sunrise. Alright, that's the end. Mirror's Edge. Overall, I genuinely don't know why or how this game managed to garner itself such a cult classic status. Seriously, damn near everything about this game is subpar. Combat, lackluster. Story, barely generic. The OST, bitch, I didn't even know they had their own. The environment, everything that wasn't outside or spacey sucks dick, mostly the sewers. The running, aka the main part of the game. Shit had my vertigo activating like a fucking trap card. And the only enjoyable part of running was running outside and having that sense of freedom, which is cut significantly due to the fact that the game always wants to lead the player into buildings and shit. So overall, I fucking love this game. Dizzy and all. Simply put, the fact that all the negatives I've spoken about all of its flaws don't compare to none of the high the game gives. And what is that high, you may be asking? It's that feeling of freedom. Got a nigga feeling like Eren Yeager. You know, minus the genocidal plan. Running and jumping on rooftops are the highlight of the game, to the point that it influenced on other games that came out, like Dying Light, which I made a video on. You know, go check that out. Stop being stingy. Like, Dying Light wouldn't be as big of a game if they didn't have the parkour aspect of it. I'm being honest. I think that's all I need to say. Video over. If you like what you saw, hit that like and subscribe. Stop being stingy, nigga. Yeah, that's all I got to say. With that being said, the galaxy needs me. Farewell.